I'm making peanut butter cookies, and these contain no flour at all. It's 1 cup of peanut butter, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 egg beaten, 1 teaspoon vanilla, and 1/4 teaspoon salt. There's the directions, and we'll begin. Alright, I've already got one of I'm making a double batch, so I've got 3/4 cup of brown sugar already in the bowl, and I'm going to add the second 3/4 cup. Can you hold this bowl? Okay, and I'm just going to kind of squish through and make sure there's no big clumps, because everybody knows how brown sugar gets when it sits. And these are really good. I'm making a double batch up because I'm going to put some of them in the freezer in a Ziploc. Or not, yeah. The kids love them. But so that they have them for different days. Or you can just put them in the refrigerator and it works too. Just in the bowl. And I may just do that. It's just different ways of storing them, but this way they are ready for us to eat, and I only have to mix everything up once. So there's my brown sugar. It's nice and mixed. Okay, then I'm going to add my first cup of peanut butter since it's a double batch. There's 1 cup. Here's the second cup of peanut butter for the double batch. And normally I don't use a measuring cup because I know exactly how much it takes after making these for so many years. But for the sake of the video, I did use a measuring cup today. Alright, now I'm just going to mix these 2 ingredients together. And these really are good, and like I said, there's no flour in them. So my husband likes them because he tries not to have the flour. True, but
we don't want too many carbs today.
Exactly, he watches his carbs. And the original recipe did not call for the 1/4 teaspoon of salt per batch, but I found that to me they tasted like they were missing something. And adding in that 1/4 teaspoon of salt really did give them what they needed. It really made them good. So it was missing that little bit of something.
You can already smell the brown sugar.
I know, you can smell the peanut butter and the brown sugar together.
I only smell brown sugar.
It smells so good. Alright, I think we're ready for the next, which is 1 egg. So for our double batch, we're going to do 2 eggs. There's 1. And there's 2. And if you give me a second to wash, I'll be right back. Alright, now I'm just going to mix the egg in. It says beaten, so it probably should have been beaten already, but it's not a big deal to me. I just kind of mix it in there. I'm not scared of it. It's just so it incorporates in better. I just want to get it mixed in real well. These to me are some of the best peanut butter cookies I've ever had. And you could probably use crunchy, or you could cut up some peanuts to put in them yourself.
Or if you want more of a chocolate peanut butter, you can put chocolate chips in it.
Possibly. I'm not really sure how that would work. We may have to try that as an experiment. I'm also wanting to try and experiment how the chocolate hazelnut spread would be in using it instead of the peanut butter. So I may one day experiment with that to see how it goes. So, alright, we are just about ready for our last 2 ingredients. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add in my 1/4 teaspoon of salt, but
We're not recommending this batter raw.
Since it's double batch, we're going to use 2/4. Oh, that's probably about 1.5. So I'm just going to do a little bit. And that does happen at times, guys. We all end up doing that kind of stuff.
No, I'm a professional chef. That's only you.
And now for our vanilla, which is a teaspoon per batch. That's a half.
You smell of
That's
vanilla.
1. That's a half. And that's 2. We just barely made it. Alright. Smells good, don't it?
Yeah, it reminds me of the syrup we make.
Alright, now I'm just going to mix this in.
And then they will be ready to be put on the foil.
Yep, we're going to make a small batch of them up. And then the rest I'm going to put probably just in the fridge with some plastic wrap over it, because we'll probably end up making another batch of them tonight.
They smell a lot like syrup now.
They smell really good. This is like one of the easiest and best recipes to me. They're so easy to make and they're so good. Alright, I think we are mixed pretty well. Just get a little bit of the dough, roll it around in my hand and put it on that's ungreased. You don't have to grease it. These are not going to spread out huge. They're just going to make small little cookies.
And you can use an ice cream scoop.
Yes, you can, but this is just my preferred method. To me, it's what works best. And you can make them any size you want.
You can make a pie, you can make a pizza, you can make a cookie. Well, you can.
Yes, we have.
We made a loaf of bread out of peanut butter cookies.
Well, it's not really bread, it's just a loaf, a cookie
We made a
loaf.
loaf of cookie.
A cookie loaf.
A loaf of cookie.
Now, if you freeze them, this is how you want to have them. You want to put them on parchment, on a sheet pan on parchment, and roll them out like this and put them in the freezer and let them freeze, and then you can transfer them to a Ziploc bag, or you can just cover this with plastic wrap, put it in the fridge, and it'll be good for a couple of days. But if the dough is fresh, you can do the little fork design that everybody loves. I'm not that fond of it. I don't have to do it.
What fork design?
This, where you take into a crossways.
I've never seen that.
Okay, I usually just leave mine as little balls, and I'm going to leave some of them that way so you can see how they look.
When they come out.
Yeah, when they're in the freezer, you can't do but the ball. You can't really smash them out. So I'm going to put these in the
unless you
oven.
let them thaw before cooking them.
No, I'm going to put these in the oven. It won't work. I'll put these in the oven, and I will be back in just a few minutes when they finish up. Okay, so my son has me thinking, what will it be like if we mix them with chocolate chips? So if you give me just a couple minutes, I'm gonna put some of the peanut butter cookie dough in the bowl, and I'm gonna get some chocolate chips, and I'm gonna throw it together, and we're gonna experiment and find out what it'll be like. I'll be right back. Okay, I think the cookies are just about ready to come out. There they are, so I'll pull them out and then I'll get back to the other cookies. Okay, we're gonna let those cool for just a few minutes while I work on the chocolate chip peanut butter cookie dough, and we'll see how it goes. So I'll meet y'all back here once I start rolling the balls. Alright, rings back off, and now I'm going to try making the little chocolate and peanut butter balls. We'll see how they do. I don't think I really want to squish these ones out. I may try it with a couple just to see how it does, but I just like the round shape of the cookies. I love snickerdoodles. They're round and fluffy kind of. I'll make those in another video sometime. If you guys have anything you want me to give a go at, just let me know in comments or whatever, and I will gladly try it. I'm not going to say I'm going to be great at it, but I like to experiment and I like to try new things, so I will give it a go and see how it works out. I think I have enough of just one more. Hopefully these taste good. I can tell y'all it's something that's really good, but we don't never know until we try the experiment. Alright, so there we go. Now we'll press just a couple out to see how they do as opposed to the ones that are standing in little ball form. Okay, I'm throwing them into the oven and I'll be back here in a bit. Alright, time to try one of these out. Oh, they're still soft. Sorry, my hands shake really bad. They didn't turn out quite right today. Normally, or maybe I haven't let them cool enough. They're really good though. But normally they just pop right up. See, everybody has a bad cooking day. Everybody has a bad baking day. It happens to everyone. And I always say my food is ugly good. Well, none of them's gonna be whole, baby. They're all a mess. So, as usual, my ugly good cooking. Alright, here are the ones with the chocolate chips. I'm going to let them cool longer because I really think the problem with those was the lack of cooling with the first batch. But there they are. And in a little bit, after they've cooled for about 2 minutes or so, we'll give it a go, see how they do, and how they taste. Alright, as you can see, these held together. The boys decided they couldn't wait for them to cool any longer. So, see, I don't know if it has to do with, that's mine. They're good with the chocolate chips too. I don't know if it has to do with having them sit in the fridge for a little bit or letting them cool, but these stuck together and they're really good with the chocolate chips too. So, alright y'all, see you next time.